of geography. In the last class, we have discussed about land resources and land utilization. So, and now today I am going to discuss about land use pattern in India. Land use pattern in India means the use of land is based on its pattern. Okay, like somewhere there are uh, hills, rocks, there are land which are used and somewhere the land are left which are unused, urban areas, rural areas, roads, so and factories are also established on the lands. So in this topic we'll discuss about these things. So land use pattern in India. The use of land is determined both by physical factors such as topography. Topography is the structure of a land, okay, Um and climate, soil types, as well as human factors such as population density, technological capability, and culture and traditions, etc. So, the use of land is depends on various uh, aspects. Okay, total geography area of India is 3.28 million square kilometer. Land use data, however, is available only for 93% of the total geographical area because the land use reporting for most of the northeast states except Assam has not been done fully. Moreover, some areas of Jammu and Kashmir occupied by Pakistan and China have also not been surveyed. Means the total geographical area of India is this 3.28 million square kilometer. From this area, only 93% is available, and the rest of the 7% Jammu and Kashmir, where Pakistan and China has occupied a few parts of India, and the other part of in Assam also not surveyed. So only 93% is available. So here on this page, it is a pie chart is given. These two pie charts are showing uh, general land use categories during the year 1960 to 61, and it is during the year of 2008 to 2009. So what are the differences? So first, see this chart here. Uh, these colors are representing how these land are being used. So this is forest during this area is showing forest means 18.11% area was forest during 1960 and 61, and while in 2008 and 9 forest areas increased from 18.11 to 22.78%, and this is barren and uncultivated wasteland. So this is a wasteland which is decreased during the year 2008-2009. The wasteland was decreased, so it is a good thing that land was uh, made for forest or for cultivation, and the area under non-agricultural use. Okay, so area under non-agricultural uses. So apart from agriculture, there are various uses. These areas are used for various uses. Okay, like pastures and for various things, and and also this area is also increased, and permanent pastures and grazing lands. So these are permanent pastures. Permanent pastures is decreasing, so it is not a good thing. Why? If the permanent pastures are decreasing, so how would we feed our cattle? What will feed our cattle? So it is not a good thing of decreasing the permanent pastures. So these two pie charts are showing how the usable lands, the pattern of usable lands changed from 1960 to 2008. The land under permanent pasture has also decreased. How are we able to feed our huge cattle population on this pasture land, and what are the consequences of it? So this is a problem. It is saying that if the land of pasture land is decreasing, so it will create a huge problem. Most of the other than the current fallow lands are either of poor quality or the cost of cultivation of such land is very high. So I told you what are the fallow lands. Fallow lands are of basically two types. The first is which is left after one season for 1 year, and another fallow land is which is left for 1 to 5 years after cultivation. Okay, uh, so it is saying that uh, most of the current fallow means the land which is left for 1 year. Okay, lands are either poor quality or the cost of cultivation of such land is very high. So the lands which are other than current fallow, okay, which are used for one season and left for uh, at least 5 years for the another season, then the cost for making that land cultivable is very high. Hence, these lands are cultivated once or twice in about 2 or 3 years, and if these are included in the net sown area, then the percentage of net sown area in India comes to about 54% of the total reporting area. If that area is used for 2 or 3 years, then the net sown area of the India will become 54%. Okay, so the pattern of net sown area varies greatly from one state to another. It is over 80% of the total area in Punjab and Haryana, and less than 10% in Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Manipur, and Andaman Nicobar Island. So the Punjab is the state where net sown area is higher than in comparison to other states of India. It is 80% of the total land area of the Punjab. So forest area in country is far lower than the desired 33% of geographical area as it was outlined in the National Forest Policy in 1952. So remember this point, okay? So according to the National Forest Policy, uh, the forest area should be 33% of the total geographical area. So in India, it is very low. Why it is important to having 33% of forest of the total geographical area because of balancing the ecological system in any place. It was considered essential for maintenance of the ecological balance. So okay, so this is very important point. Remember this. The livelihood of millions of people who live on the fringes of these forests depend upon it. So it is very important to having 33% of the total geographical area as a forest. Uh, the first reason is to balance ecological system, and the other thing is also the various the other people who are dependent on the forest, on those forests. So it is also important for their livelihood. A part of the land is termed as wasteland, and land put to other non-agricultural uses. The land is termed as wasteland. So wasteland are those which are not using for the purpose of agriculture. Uh, like wasteland includes rocky Arid means where severe scarcity of water. Okay. And uh, desert areas and land put to other non-agricultural usage includes settlements where people used to settle. Okay, settlements, roads, railways, industry, etc. So these are the uh, wastelands. This comes under the wasteland. So remember this point. These are wastelands. Okay. Continuous use of land over a long period of time without taking appropriate measures to conserve and manage it has resulted in land degradation. This in turn has serious repercussions on society and the environment. So if we use land on a long period of time, okay, without taking care of it, without uh, taking proper measures, okay. So what happened? Uh, Gradually, the important minerals which are available in the land decreased, okay, because we are not putting sufficient things which are important for this for that land. We are extracting, but we are not putting it anything. So gradually it will become uh, uh, barren, you can say. Okay, so it affects negatively, adversely on the environment and also on the human beings and other species also. So it is very important to manage land usage. Now the next one is land degradation and conservation measures. So when the human beings use land without proper management, so the land after some time that land becomes uh, deteriorated because it loses its important essential components, essential minerals. Uh, so, uh, like if we uh, use groundwater excessively, or if we use minerals, if we uh, take out um important minerals, after some time, that land, that minerals or that water resources vanished from that area. So it is important to conserve land. Okay, so we have shared our land with the past generations and will have to do so with the future generations too. 95% of our basic needs for food, shelter, and clothing are obtained from land. So, uh, it is common thing that we are sharing our lands. We have shared in the past generations, and we will share it with our future generation. And our most of the needs are uh, fulfilled from this land. Okay, most of the things we get from this land. So if you see around everything apart from plastic, everything we got from this land. So human activities have not only brought about degradation of land but have also aggravated the pace of natural forces to cause damage to land. So our excessive exploitation of the natural resources. Okay. So excessive exploitation of natural resources are not only depleting those resources but also the pace of uh, natural forces which are causing damage is increasing, like you can see that nowadays earthquake and like tsunami, so like flood. So these are things are occurring rapidly. Why? Because of the exploitation of natural resources. Uh, like, okay, we know that the main reason of what were the main reason of earthquake? Maybe there are a natural reason that the uh, inner uh, the plates inside the earth are moving. That was the main reason of earthquake. But another reason of the earthquake is that we are excessively using water resources and underground water resources. So that is also causing earthquakes in some areas. And also the flood. The main reason of flood is also that we are cutting the trees, so that is also causing floods. So these are because of the human activities, because we are thinking about only our profits, our benefits. So we have to uh, think about our environment, about another species. If if we really want to sustain these resources, if we want to pass these resources to our future generation, so we have to manage our resources. At present there are about 130 million hectare of degraded land in India. Approximately 20% of it belong to the category of forest degraded area. 56% of it is water eroded area, and the rest is affected by saline and alkaline deposits. Saline and alkaline deposits means where the uh, percentage of uh, salt component like manganese, sodium, potassium, these are present in excessive excessive amount in the land, in the soil. So that soil is not uh, cultivable. Okay. So that soil will not be good for the agriculture, where the percentage of salt is greater. Some human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, mining, and quarrying. Quarrying means extracting stones, limestone, slates from the ground, to have contributed significantly in land degradation. So these are the main factors which are degrading the land resources of our country. So this is a pie chart given over here of wasteland of India and during the year 2000. So what is a wasteland? I told you what is a wasteland. The land which is using or which is not using, which is using but apart from the agricultural purpose. So water eroded areas 56, though this percentage 56% is higher, which is eroded by water. Okay, and forest degraded areas, saline and alkaline land, wind eroded areas. So this is a wasteland during the year of 2000. Mining sites are abandoned after excavation work is complete leaving deep scars and traces of overburdening. So after mining, like coal mining, excavation of limestones, so these lands will would left after the mining if they okay. So it also affected very adversely on our environment and our land resources, because after the mining or after the excavation, that land become useless for many of years. In a state like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Odisha, deforestation due to mining have caused severe land degradation. So in these areas, because of mining, the forests were uh, removed, and in states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, the overgrazing is one of the main reasons for land degradation. In the states of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, over irrigation is responsible for the degradation due to water logging, leading to increase in saline and alkaline in the soil. So, excessive use of excessive agriculture is also causing degradation of land. Why? Because uh, continually continuous uh, agriculture without uh, using proper methods, without using proper uh, management, so that land also become uncultivable after some time. And due to the water logging, when a water is logged somewhere, so the presence of salt in that water absorbs in the soil. And then after that, that land become alkaline or saline. So availability of salt in that water decreased uh, the fertility of that soil. So that land also become waste. The mineral processing like grinding of limestone for cement industry and calcite, calcite and soapstone for ceramic industry generate huge quantity of dust in the atmosphere. So during grinding process of the stone, uh, a lot of dust uh, evolve. Okay, so that dust is scattered on the atmosphere, and when that dust settled down on the land, so it also in recent years industrial effluents as waste have become a major source of land and water pollution in many parts of the country. Okay. In recent years, industrial effluents as waste have become a major source of land and water pollution in many parts of the country. So we are seeing this thing happening nowadays, that the industrial wastes are causing much uh, damage to our water and our land resources. Uh, So there are many ways to solve the problems of land degradation. So here it is giving the solution of land degradation. So what we can do, afforestation and proper management of grazing can help to some extent. Afforestation and proper management of grazing, planting of shelter beds of plants, control on overgrazing, stabilization of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes are some of the methods to check land degradation, proper management of wastelands, control of mining activities, proper discharge and disposal of industrial effluents and wastes after treatment can reduce land and water degradation in industrial and suburban areas. So these are the measures can be taken to minimize the rate of land or water degradation, like afforestation, planting shelter beds of plants, and also proper management of waste uh, after the industrial uh, proper management of waste of the industries. Okay, so these are the measures can be taken